G'day, Captain Australia here. So, I am at a place called Blackhead. It's some cliffs out into the ocean after a lovely stretch of beach from Saltwater Lake, I think it was called. Also Point Wallaby and Old Bar. So I've come about halfway to Foster Tuncurry, I reckon. So it's 3:30 or so in the afternoon. What the afternoon looks like for me is I'll probably power down the beach until I'm just a bit out of Foster Tuncurry and do a rough sleep off the beach somewhere along there if I can find a couple of viable trees to pitch my hammock up. And tomorrow morning I'll roll into Foster Tuncurry. I've got a couple of errands I want to deal with in Foster, like my second son's birthday's coming up and I'm not going to be there for it, and that's a bit, heartbreaky for me. So I want to try and find something that I can send up to him and write him a card just saying how much his daddy loves him and how proud I am of him and what a wonderful boy he is, and maybe slip a little bit of money in there for him as well, and just sort of so he's got something from me tangibly that he can hold on his birthday. So that's a mission for Foster Tuncurry, but a personal one. So yeah, I'm at Blackhead and I've been just walking along the beach, just quietly singing to myself, and I've had, since staying at the Flow Bar Boogie Woogie Beach House, I've had disco in my mind weirdly all morning. So it's like, let's groove tonight, I feel the spice of life. Let this groove get you to move, it's alright, alright, like that. So just walking along, thinking my thoughts and music in my brain. Oh, neck cramp. Sorry, hang on. Sorry, I still get these somewhat painful cramps in the neck sometimes. It's from the radiation. And sorry, it doesn't usually happen when I'm in the middle of a stream, but when it does, I have to stop and rub it, because if I don't, it turns into a full-on pain cramp thing. So, pink beard, crab scuttling, ribbon wearing Captain Australia. I still have 2 daily donor Dare Doom outstanding. I got to find a flamingo and wear it, and I got to find a trucker and get him to burp burp. So that's all pending. And aside from that, I'm just making my way south. Foster Tuncurry, Newcastle, Sydney, and then onward and downward. So spiraling down to Melbourne and spiraling down further into insanity as I continue my mad walk. But yeah, I feel great. Today I haven't been watching the map, I've just been thinking on my feet and moving forward. It's just sticking to the coastline. It's broken by a head here, and I think I'm about to do some light trespassing. So I'll try and show you. Over there you may see a fence and a bit of a gate. What I think that opens up to is maybe some kind of luxury estate or a holiday dwelling or something. So I might have to do a little bit of light trespassing just to safely get past the cliffs. So assuming I can either jump the fence or get over the gate, that's my next mission. And then I need to get past this big cliff and then down onto the beach on the other side. And then I've got a straight run into Foster Tuncurry. And I'll sleep somewhere on the beach tonight and be in Forster tomorrow. So the big walk. What have I learned so far? That letting go is very important. And if you're sick or if you're beset by a problem, being protective of your mental health is also key. Because the less protective of your mental health you are, the more you will have to let go later. Because you'll carry that burden and you'll carry it with you until you start to be able to process it and let it go. So for me, the first couple of weeks were all about that, reconciling a bunch of grief and anger and sadness and fear and all of this stuff bubbling away inside that I had from my own fight with stage 4 cancer, and just unpacking it and just leaving it there on the beach, leaving a bit of tears and a little bit of heartache with it. And then after that, you learn the things that you're filled up with, the things that you love. So you get rid of that stuff, the dark stuff, and you feel this sort of, and the emptiness starts to fill in. And for me, overwhelmingly, it's my family, my wife and kids. They just, I already missed them, but then I had this overwhelming wave of it. I've reconciled that. We talk every day. It's, self-inflicted thing, but that when I let go of all the grief and sadness, it was filled with just this profound love that I carry for them. And that, for a little while was debilitating. It kind of just paralyzed me with the idea that I need to get back to these important people. What the hell am I doing walking alone down the beach? And that was like a bit about a fortnight at that point. But now I'm really in the adventure of it. And this, I think for me, is just it's the point where I properly start to come alive again. So I'm not worried. I'm strong. I love your beard. Thank you so much. It's no longer as heavy pink as it was. So I think the dyes started to wash out. I'm not sure if I'm sad or happy about that. But I've kept the ribbon in honor of T and T's Daily Donut Doom. But yeah, the adventure of it for me, it's like I carry this tremendously heavy bag. I met this guy Wayne today. He's a military reservist. He's spent time over in Malaysia. He's a machine gunner and a rifleman. He carries, when he's been in deployment and training, a 7-kilogram machine gun, similar weight in ammunition, and then 8 kilos of water and all the rest. So he's used to rucking a heavy bag. And he had a lift in my bag, and he said, "You know what? That's a pretty bloody heavy bag, mate." So agreed, it's more than 20 kilos. And by carrying that, jumping fences, finding places to sleep, and all of just the adventure of it, I've just stripped everything back in my life. All of that day to day, the things that you get out of bed and you think about work and all of that, I've just sort of put all that aside, and I'm just rebuilding from the fundamentals. So I'm getting physically stronger, getting more endurance, continuing to lose my body fat and all that. And I think did I do something with my earpiece there? I think I'm getting mentally stronger as well. Oh, why is the volume so low? Is that going up? Come on, earbuds. I don't know if suddenly you can hear me a lot better. It seems like the earbuds have a natural thing where they dampen the volume. Old man, stop playing with your earbuds. So I'm getting physically stronger, but I think at the same time I'm getting emotionally, mentally, and spiritually more resilient as well. So I'm having these wonderful talks with these inspiring people. You can hear the clicking. Sorry about that. Like Jock and Wayne talking about their experiences, and it's just filling up those spaces that were left empty after I let go of all of the grief and other stuff. So yeah, I think the personal quest part of the big walk is actually going really well. I think I am slowly leveling up as a person, just getting a bit better and a bit stronger. And the message of that is really, really simple. It is that if I can do it, absolutely you can. So for me, it looks a little bit weird. It's dressing up like a superhero. I can't justify it. It is what it is. Shut up. Let's just roll with it. That's how it looks like for me. And for you, it looks different. But at the end of the day, that level of healing, that level of self-repair and healing is available to you, because anything I can do, you can do better. And if it's not you, there's somebody in your life, someone you care about who might benefit from it. So that's the idea, that by doing this outlandish sort of leaning into my cure, not my disease, it can be a concrete example for someone else who needs it. Julia says, as you reflect and contemplate life, it actually makes us all do the same. Well, thank you, Julia. And I guess that's the idea. If you've sort of, you people have like adopted me. So you're my Facebook family, represent, and the idea that if we share these moments, that they might help, it delights me. It's absolutely wonderful. So, those are the personal dimensions. And then aside from that, there's the practical, tangible benefit to the charity. So I'm trying my best to try and drum up support and donations for a charity called the Kids Cancer Project. Wonderful cause, and it's helping those 950 kids diagnosed every year. And if we bring it down to 941, then this year we've saved a life. But it's not just this year. It's all these future unborn children, because that 949 becomes the new number. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. So I'm marching down the road and it's hot, sweltering, or driving cyclonic rain or whatever. And that's the thing that's got me moving. And it's just, if you can just save one life. The money, I don't know, money's a concept that we all agree upon to represent value, right? But it's just a number. So all of that stuff, I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't know whether 50 grand is great or not good. I think we've raised about $50,000 so far. Let's raise more. And so share, like, subscribe, all that. But for me, it's just like one life. If we can just save one life, and it just, I hear that over and over in my head as I walk. And the idea, the Talmud, it's an old Jewish proverb, or the Jewish Bible, that says, save but one life and you save the world entire. You know, and I love that. And the idea, if we could just save one life, it just makes all of the difference. You know, that hope and that altruistic act ripples into the universe. And it then just becomes the flow of it, you know. It's the antidote to all of the other stuff, the darker stuff, the isolation and the pain and the you know, selfishness and the narcissism and the fear, you know, that kindness. So save but one life. And that's what keeps me plodding along. At this stage, I feel so great. I feel like I could return to my life, you know, maybe push through to Sydney and then go, oh, yeah, that was good. Time to go home. Love my family. But because I've committed to help the charity, bang. And what keeps me moving along is save but one life. Great to see you're doing well, says John. Thank you, John, mate. I hope you're doing great as well. Marie Mac Foster is not too far from Newcastle, heading closer to us every day. Well, if I roll through Newcastle and you're there, let's get together and have a cup of coffee or a cold lemonade or something, yeah? I'm delighted to anybody who is on the path and wants to meet up. I'm absolutely delighted to meet up. The only thing that I'm not doing well at, like, I really regret not just whacking out the camera, hitting stream, and just turning it on when I had this chat, you know, earlier before. Well, I mean, there's a couple of people that I've met along the way that I would love to have shared, but I guess it's their story, you know. I mean, if they want to share their story, they can make a video and upload it themselves, I suppose. I've just had some wonderful, inspiring conversations and interesting ones as well. So, you know, I talked to Wayne about good and evil, and, you know, some pretty high concept sort of, you know, stuff, universal sort of truths. Yeah, anyway, here I am just lounging in a little bit of bush behind the beach. It's a gorgeous stretch of beach, and now I'm about to do some light trespassing as I find my way past Blackhead and down onto the beach into Forster. Please donate, no matter how small, it all adds up. Oh, thank you, Lynette. Yeah, so I appreciate anybody who's here on Facebook doing my job for me. It's not my job; they don't pay me. I don't work for the charity, but I'm ever mindful that I should be doing better at you know, trying to attract those sort of donations and, you know, like and subscribe and all of that sort of stuff, because I'm just not great at it. I barely do a less than mediocre job of recording my experiences on the walk. But anyway, having a lovely old time. Everything's great. Feel great. Spirits are high. And I've come, this is what, day 26. 26. Sydney probably, I don't know. Jesus. Oof. By the end of January, I'll say. I don't know exactly when. And Melbourne, you know, first or second week of March, I hope. So that's how it's looking, and I will continue plowing through. At this point, I have so much clarity around what I'm doing and why. You have to kill me to stop me. You know what I mean? So I'm clear, I'm committed, and it is an ordeal, and it's not easy. And even when I get lovely hospitality, like last night, I got to sleep in a warm bed and I can't say this too much. Sorry, the Old Flow Boogie Woogie Beach House. Yeah. But yeah, the hospitality, warm bed, all that stuff. Love it. And it's great, but it still makes the contrast of sleeping rough the following night, you're all the more aware of it. So there's an ordeal, and part of this is about the ordeal too. It is a struggle, it is work, and that's there to make me stronger and remind me of the joys that wait for you after suffering, and maybe remind you of that as well. So if you're suffering, you will get through it, you can get through it, and it will make you stronger. So anyway, that's who I am. That's what I'm about. Sorry for the old man ramble. Um, So Foster Tuncurry, I think I probably could push through and make it there tonight, but I'm not 100% sure of the distance, and I'm done with the maps. So no, I mean not permanently today. Today I'm having a map-free day. Isn't map-free a type of map app though? A mapless day. So I'm just going to get across this head with a little bit of light trespassing, and then down onto the beach and press south. So I'll update you later towards evening, show you where I pitched my rough camp, and let you know what follows after that. So all the best. Thank you for your patience and your interest. I am absolutely humbled by your interest and delighted if anything I say or do is in any way instructive, funny, or worthwhile to any of you. So all the best. If you can, if it's in you and there's something that you can do to support the charitable dimension of my big walk, which is all for the Kids Cancer Project, there's a link in this post, and there's a link in the sticky post that leads to a donation page. If you can promote that anywhere on your own social media, you make a post saying, there's this buffhead, 9 miles from Blackhead to Tuncurry. Okay, so that is pretty viable to make it today, but I think I'll pitch camp somewhere before Tuncurry. Thank you, Brian. But yeah, if any of you can take that link and chuck it up in your social media and say, I think this guy's a buffhead, but isn't the cause wonderful? Or look at this fella, he dresses up as a superhero, and this is why. And yeah, anywhere that you can share that, it will absolutely support the charity. And when you share it, if you can stimulate other people to share it, that's how we make the $1 million for the Kids Cancer Project. And look, I mean, it's already made a decent amount of money, and I'm delighted by that. I just think if we made $1 million, I don't know, even if I got home and I was hit by cancer again within a week of getting home, I could still carry that in my heart. Look at what we did. Look at what we did. That has to have saved at least one life. So Julia Parker says, you make me laugh so often. You're a character, Captain. Yeah, oh, thank you. Well, I'm delighted. Laughter is, yeah. I don't know if you saw the crab walk this morning. I have not had a chance to see how I did with that, but I'm thinking that might have been a little bit funny. Me with my big old belly and my wobbly old arms trying to crab walk down the beach. A bit funny, a bit sad, a bit tragic. But you know what? Today, I started late. I had a big breakfast at the Flow Bar Boogie Woogie Beach House, and it was lovely. I am completely fortified. My legs are not tired, so I'm not really going to have much of a break. I think a little 10-minute stream and then continue on is the way that I'll go. So I might leave it there. Love you and leave you, and see about that light little bit of trespassing I mentioned. There's all these luxury houses, it looks like, up on Blackhead. So I might actually be entering, like a gated community adjacent to the beach. But, the beach belongs to all of us. And at the end of the day, I didn't see any other viable way past the cliffs. So hopefully they'll tolerate me if I have to walk through someone's community and do it in a slightly dodgy way. I don't mean to be disrespectful. I just have to get south somehow. So yeah, thank you so much for your time. And Rowie says laughter is the best medicine. I'm inclined to agree. If I had to have a caveat, I think kindness is the antidote to suffering. So good works is actually the best medicine. I think that it heals and it amplifies your healing to serve and be kind and help others. But after that, laughing and loving, yes. Clay Dunn says, carful hippies can get touchy. Trespassing. Well, I'll just have to use my natural charm and flair to haggle my way through it. If you see in the newspaper, Captain Australia jailed by elite hippies for trespassing, it is what it is. Well, there's no sign that says no trespassing on there. It's just a gate. But yeah, some of the houses look big and very well maintained. So I'm a little unsure if it's an area that I'm allowed to enter, but I don't see much of an option aside of walking around on the cliffs, which could be life-threateningly dangerous. So I'm going to push through. Kindness is the antidote. I reckon we need that on a fundraising t-shirt for sale. Yeah, not a bad idea. I did create, before I came down, it's like Captain Australia's amazing t-shirt factory, because someone suggested that that might be a good alternative to donations, because you got these companies that they do the printing, they ship the t-shirt, and they have a base price, and you just chuck like a $10 markup on that, and all the markup goes to the charity. But it sucked. I'm not a web developing dude. The web page I made was really dodgy looking, and the t-shirt designs were pretty dodgy looking as well. But yeah, it's a lovely idea. I just wish I had somebody who could help out and do it in a way that. Oh, Sonia, holy crolly. Sonia, if you watch this, this is this lady. She did some wonderful 3D designs. They're like, it's art. It's gorgeous. Big walk sort of stuff. Sonia, if you watch this at some point and you would like to, help to the point where we could put them on t-shirts, and offer them for sale with all profits going directly to the Kids Cancer Project, that might be great. Because, sorry, I don't know about the rest of you, but if you haven't seen it, I think in the community tab, you might see a post from a lady named Sonia she took some images and whatever of me on my walk, but she just like, I don't know, Andy Warhol that stuff, like she made it all colorful and beautiful design and all of the rest. If you reckon it looks good and if you reckon it'd be great on a t-shirt, well, I mean, sorry, I'm in the middle of bloody nowhere, but being able to make that happen might really help the charity along. Anyway, Sonia, if you see this at some point and you're up for it, maybe you can drop me a message. Yeah, Sonia, yeah. So you might have noticed her as well. She's been watching and pretty prolifically commenting on the walk. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna toddle off. Keep on heading towards Forstay. If it's only 9 miles, I'll probably pitch camp after about 8 miles and have a rough sleep off the beach in the scrub there, and I'll be in Forster tomorrow where I can buy some kind of a birthday present for my middle son, Sullivan. Delightful kid that he is. I love you so much, Sully. If ever a time now or in the future you're watching this, know that you're... Shit, I'm sorry. Your dad loved you with everything that was in him. Everything. You're a wonderful kid, mate. So happy birthday. Anyway, it's not his birthday yet. It's early February. I just want to buy a gift and send it up to him so he has something from his dad, because I feel really bad missing his birthday. I love you so much, son. He might be watching this. He could be watching this 20 years from now as an adult. So I just want to say to you, I loved you so much, my son. Anyway, all the best. Thank you so much for your interest. Take care of yourselves, and I'll update you later on. Cheers.